Hello, welcome to the program that takes you on a ride in 25 minutes to seek out innovation and creativity that are unique to Africa. On this week's edition, we focus on cybersecurity. We'll begin with the 2024 Cybersecurity Conference, which focused on the role of AI in defending critical infrastructure from cyber threats. Also on the program, Cybersecurity Africa Summit shines light on the importance of building a skilled cybersecurity workforce. Also, watch out for my conversation with the National Commissioner of the Nigeria Data Protection Commission, Dr. Vincent Olatunji, on data privacy and protection in Nigeria. We have more for you coming up on the program. This is Tech Trends, and I am Olayemi Otunuga.
There is so much innovation going on, and there are lots of people funding that innovation. But there is very little innovation on that infrastructure for innovation itself. So we like to do that ourselves to help companies create more tech companies.
The 2024 Cybersecurity Conference, hosted by the Central Securities Clearing System in collaboration with the Office of the National Security Advisor, was all about tackling one big question: how can artificial intelligence help protect critical infrastructure from cyber threats? With the theme Cybersecurity, Synergizing AI and Infrastructure, the conference addressed the need to adapt to the changing cyber threat landscape, focusing on how AI can be integrated with resilient infrastructure to safeguard Nigeria's financial systems.
In today's world, cybersecurity has become a vital pillar for nations and industries alike. Hence the 2024 Cybersecurity Conference, which aims to tackle one of the most pressing challenges of our time: protecting critical infrastructure from rising cyber threats. This gathering of top minds from across the country is organized by the Office of the National Security Advisor and the Central Securities Clearing System. A key focus of this year's conference is the integration of AI-powered solutions to secure financial systems and critical assets. Vice President Kashim Shettima kicks off the event virtually by emphasizing cybersecurity as a cornerstone for the nation's economic growth.
As Chairman of the National Economic Council, I want to emphasize the critical role that robust cybersecurity plays in safeguarding our national economy.
With artificial intelligence being of a dual-edged nature in both defending against and enabling cyber threats, top experts from across sectors stress the need to strengthen defenses, particularly within financial institutions and national infrastructure.
Our reliance on interconnected systems has indeed made us more susceptible to cyber threat. But what's even more alarming is the cyber attacks are now supercharged by artificial intelligence. And this year, we were able to advise Mr. President to designate certain infrastructure as national critical information infrastructure within the ambit of the Cybercrime Act 2015. These infrastructures have been designated and gazetted, and now we are to provide protection plan for those infrastructure. This directive not only mandate the protection of essential systems, but also foster collaboration between public and private sectors to build resilience against cyber risks, one of which collaboration and coordination, and this conference is one of the stages for that.
The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency has indicated that practical AI implementations can predict and prevent cyber threats as well before they materialize. As we consider these advancements, we must also recognize the intrusive impact of social media, which can amplify threats and misinformation, as we are seeing daily. This environment complicates our decision-making processes. To automate decision-making effectively, we must rely on trusted networks and create possible air gaps that shield our critical systems from emerging threats. Of course, collaboration is key to addressing these multifaceted issues by bringing together diverse expertise and perspectives. We can foster a more resilient cybersecurity framework.
We understand the vital importance of cybersecurity, and particularly in the capital market and the financial sector. People's hard-earned savings and investments depend on the integrity of our capital markets, which deserve robust strategies to mitigate cyber risk. Cyber attacks targeting financial institutions are often aimed at gaining access to sensitive and confidential information, which can have systemic implications, not just for a single institution, but for the broader economy. Therefore, cybersecurity must be viewed as a critical component of financial stability and national security.
The conference also nurtures discussions on the evolving cybersecurity landscape, the role of AI in tackling complex risks, the vulnerabilities introduced by connected devices, and how Nigeria can position itself as a leader in cybersecurity innovation. As the event wraps up, one clear message is passed: collaboration is crucial. Both public and private sectors must work together to develop human capital and equip experts with the tools needed to navigate the complex cyber terrain. A collective effort that's essential to safeguarding Nigeria's infrastructure, economy, and digital future.
As cyber attacks become more advanced and frequent across the globe, Africa faces a major challenge, which is a gap in cybersecurity expertise and preparedness. With critical infrastructure, businesses, and personal data at great risk, the need for skilled ethical hackers and cybersecurity professionals has never been more urgent. Addressing the issue is at the heart of the Cybersecurity Africa Summit 2024, put together by Just Unsecure.
It's a testament to what we did.
The Cybersecure Africa Summit, under the theme Unveiling the Future of Ethical Hacking and Cybersecurity Education, focuses on promoting a culture of security in an increasingly interconnected world. The meeting emphasizes the growing demand for cybersecurity professionals and the crucial role ethical hackers play in protecting Nigeria's digital infrastructure.
Nigeria, in partnership with other African nations, must lead the charge in establishing regional cybersecurity centers to coordinate responses to cyber threats and share intelligence and develop unified strategies. As we work towards building this resilient ecosystem, it is essential that we recognize cybersecurity as a national priority that touches every aspect of our society, from our economies and governance to the safety and trust of our people in the digital services we offer.
It's imperative that we arm ourselves not only with technology, but also with knowledge, skills, and an ethical perspective on hacking, transforming those who once exploited vulnerable people into vigilant protectors of our digital realm.
One of the key moments of the gathering is the introduction of a platform, AfriHacks Box, to equip both professionals and aspiring experts with the skills needed to tackle digital threats.
If we are able to get our young ones to be proficient and to be competent and to develop them into some kind of ethical hacker, they don't need to leave the shore of this country, right? They could stay comfortably and get to work and get to also contribute to the society.
An AI-powered learning platform that helps individuals who want to learn about whether ethical hacking or basic technology or cybersecurity to onboard on and do it in a self-paced manner. And also an AI is embedded into it in which that person can ask questions beyond what is in the training content.
We're actually in touch with some university students already, clubs, Lautech, UI, and looking at some of the players that played were from Lafia, Nasarawa. So we're already in touch with them. We're already saying, look, create challenges, create an avenue for you to train people within your university space, and we will support.
With a strong focus on collaboration, innovation, and education, the Cybersecurity Africa Summit was all about promoting inclusivity and accessibility, ensuring that the next generation of professionals are equipped with the knowledge and skills to protect Africa's digital landscape.
It's okay to launch a platform that everybody can interact with and learn.
GITEX Global 2024, one of the world's largest and highly rated tech events, sets the stage for breakthrough tech innovation and showcases. Now in its 44th year, the event welcomes thousands of exhibitors, startups, investors, and government officials from over 180 countries. Taking place at the Dubai World Trade Center, GITEX provides a great opportunity for international audiences to get acquainted with a wide variety of innovations. Channels Television got a front row spot to witness some of the world's most mind-blowing tech prototypes at this year's edition. One of the standout highlights is the German-built eVTOL delivery drone by Wingcopter.
This is a German-built eVTOL drone, so it can take off and land vertically, but then transitions into forward flight and flies like a normal airplane. Therefore, it is very, very efficient, and we can reach ranges up to 90 kilometers with one battery charge, which is best in class for this kind of payload to range.
Another futuristic creation on display is Xpeng Aero HT eVTOL modular flying car, an innovative land aircraft carrier which aims to extend users' travel experience from the ground to the sky.
This car have two modes. First is the road drive modes. You can drive this car just like a very cool racing car. All the arms and propeller will be combined into the car automatically, and you will not see anything about the flying exteriors. And when you want to make the eVTOL take off and landing, you can open the arms and propeller and take off vertically.
And here is another futuristic one-passenger, easy-to-fly hybrid electric VTOL multicopter prototype by Zapata, the S-Scooter. This egg-shaped personal flying machine is designed so that anyone can pilot it.
So we're exhibiting the Air Scooter. The Air Scooter is a hybrid electric VTOL. So VTOL means vertical takeoff and landing. It's considered an ultralight in the USA, which means that you don't need a pilot's license to operate. It follows the FAA rule Part 103. So thanks to the hybrid powertrain, you're able to fly for up to 2 hours. So the combustion engine, they provide the thrust, and they also allow to recharge the batteries during the flight, which means that when you land, you don't need to recharge. All you need is to put more fuel, and then you're up to go again.
This booth is really inspiring, a lot of new tech, new things, and this flying around in the air would be really nice for Belgium, the land of the traffic jams. Really compact, really small, but I think the smaller the better. Then you can land everywhere you want. I hope the legislation will follow it, and then I think it will be a good thing to avoid traffic jams, to avoid parking cars everywhere. And then if you have autonomous spots, you can pick you up, bring you somewhere, and move everyone around. That will be very nice for everyone.
GITEX Global 2024 serves as a platform for innovation and cross-continental collaboration, allowing breakthrough technologies to receive widespread audience acclaim.
Every day, vast amounts of data are stored across all sectors, making it an increasingly valuable possession. And as data and cybersecurity experts point out, things move quickly in the space, especially with risks like data breaches. This is why governments are focusing on securing personal data by introducing more laws. The Nigeria Data Protection Commission is the office responsible for regulating data privacy in the country, and I'll be talking with the National Commissioner, Dr. Vincent Olatunji, about data privacy protection in Nigeria and the progress we've made as a nation. Now, Dr. Olatunji, my first question is, can data truly be anonymized?
Absolutely. It's one of the ways of securing the data of data subjects, database of data controllers and data processors. Yes, it's one of the ways of doing that. When we are saying data controllers and data processors should put in place technical and organizational measures to prevent unauthorized access and usage of data subject. Yes, it's one of such 10 measures that you can put in place to ensure that the data you are using is anonymized and is saved under the law. For instance, if you are moving data from one data controller or data processor to the other, in the process of moving such data, if it is not anonymized, anybody can have access to it and use it. But if you anonymize it, it can be used by anybody who doesn't have the code to de-anonymize it. So it is absolutely necessary.
Where is data privacy, at a federal level in 2024?
I would say we've made considerable progress between where we started and now. For instance, when we started, we didn't have a law. We were just using a regulation. We didn't have a full-fledged commission. We started as a small unit under NIDA. Gradually, we had a bureau. We are using a regulation. Now we have a law passed by the United Assembly and accepted by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, on the 12th of June 2023. And in addition to that, we have an independent data protection commission. So all these, they are like showing that, yes, Nigeria is ready to do digital business, more importantly with the level of growth and development in our digital economy in the country. So in terms of awareness creation, that is for data subjects to know their rights when their data is being collected, in terms of data controllers and processors to know the obligations, the duty of care that they owe as a data subject, we've really done very well. We've really encouraged a lot of people. We've created awareness in that area. Then, the area of capacity building, the level of professionalism in the data project ecosystem where we started has really changed. It was very low when we started, but now it has increased. Even at the level of audit filing, because what the law says that all of these data controllers and processors of major importance should file the annual report with the Commission. When we started the first year, we had about 632 audit filing. The following year, we had 1,230. The next year, the last year, it was 1,777. So you could see traction in what we are doing. Also, in terms of international reputation, international recognition, we are now a proud member of the National Network of African Data Protection Authorities. In addition to that, well, we have also been accepted to the Global Privacy Assembly, made up of about 130 countries. And before you could be admitted to be a member of this assembly, you must have your data protection law, you must have an independent data protection commission. So these are some of the things that we have in Nigeria that, to a large extent, we'll say we've seen some changes.
Data, of course, is a valuable possession, which, so many organizations are trying their best to secure as much as possible. But are there consequences of breaking privacy laws?
Huge. Well, we have a law now that has stipulated the penalties. We can range from as low as 10 million and up to 2% of the gross earning of such company where the data breach occurred. It has even stipulated jail terms for CEOs of organizations. So it's a very serious thing because the impact is huge on the data subject and on the country. For instance, a data breach can lead to financial loss on the part of data subject. It can even lead to loss of body parts. It can lead to denial of access to many services. It can even lead to death in some extreme cases. So, and the reputation of the country too is at stake. If it is known that those in charge of data collection and processing in your country, if it's obvious that the data that will be collected is not secured and there will be no recourse for any data breach or data loss. Yes, a lot of countries, a lot of international communities, companies, organizations outside the country are not willing to do business with you. So it has very serious implications. So that is why the penalties too are huge. But in issuing the penalties, it depends on the number of data subjects affected, the impact on data subject, if it's severe or minor or medium, then that will determine the kind of penalty that will be issued to the data processor or controller. So it is really huge on the part of the organizations who are collecting and controlling data in Nigeria.
Now, privacy by design, that's an approach to security organizations are advised to incorporate. And if I recall clearly, during the NDPC organized our first Code for Privacy hackathon with the theme Privacy First Solutions, integrating data privacy by design. Why should organizations consider this privacy by design approach?
I think it's really important for organizations. One, the fact that right from the time you are developing your solutions, your applications, right from the ideation stage, before it actually becomes a solution, you'll have incorporated that aspect of data privacy, which will have built it as part of the solution. So at the case of, you have put in place the solution, now you are looking at the area of privacy, we'll have taken care of that. For instance, the hackathon that you mentioned, some of the solutions that those young developers presented to us, there are solutions that, yes, when you are developing your product or your solution, you have incorporated data privacy and you now put it to test based on the parameters that I've set out in their solutions to check if you have actually put in place privacy by design or by default. Now, we live in the world of technologies, and technologies keep changing every day, the era of emerging technologies. Some things are coming up now we never envisaged 10, 15, 20 years ago. Now we talk of blockchain, we talk of Internet of Things, we talk of robotics, we talk of big data, data analysis, so many other things that are coming up. In artificial intelligence, which are coming up. 10, 20 years ago, nobody thought of all this. Then how do you now encourage developers in this ecosystem to incorporate area of privacy? That you may not even have to interact with anybody, where you'll be asking questions. But you can only interact with machine. All these kind of technologies, how do you now incorporate data privacy? So it's really important to ensure that the rights, the privilege, the freedoms, and interests of data subjects that will be using such solutions are adequately protected. And that's the whole essence of saying data privacy by design or by default. And it answers a lot of questions, the area of purpose limitation, the area of the kind of question you want to ask. All these things, story limitation, the kind of measures, security measures you are putting in place, all these are really, really important. And that is why we are encouraging privacy by design.
Now, Dr. Olatunji, you mentioned, artificial intelligence, which, has been described as the double-edged weapon. And, we've been seeing the integration of AI in almost every sector. But while this can be used to combat threats, it can also be, make things worse. For instance, automating cyber attacks. But for the sake of this conversation, we'll be sticking to the plus side. So how do we balance innovation and still maintain privacy standards?
Yeah, part of what we have in the law is the power for us to issue regulations. The tech ecosystem keeps changing rapidly beyond what anybody can comprehend. And if you are not careful, we're going to play catch up in technology are coming up. And if your law is rigid, that you cannot issue regulations, frameworks, guidance notes to guide whatever solutions are coming up, we're able to catch up and there'll be no law to regulate what they are doing. And that's why in our own law, we've learned from other climes with very rigid laws that it's very difficult to make regulations. In some countries, before you can even make any regulations, you need to go back to the National Assembly. But what we have in our own law, it has empowered us to issue regulations to be able to manage and regulate what is happening in the area of emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence. So we're able to do that effectively through our own law in the country. Just that, if you do one today, tomorrow another one is coming up. So you need to consistently watch out and know what is happening around you for you to be able to put in place appropriate regulations to ensure that your citizens are adequately protected. And that is why we keep telling solution developers, application developers that the area of privacy is really key. And as we said before, privacy by design by default, which we are encouraging them to incorporate in whatever they do. And artificial intelligence too, blockchain, all these are really important. And if you know what is happening now, that part of privacy has been taken seriously by most of the developers.
All right, Dr. Vincent Olatunji. Of course, in this digital era, we all need to be on our toes, to ensure that we are safe and secure, especially when it comes to our data and privacy. Thank you so much, Dr. Vincent Olatunji, National Commissioner, Nigeria Data Protection Commission, NDPC, for joining us on Tech Trends.
You are most welcome. Thank you.
And that's our show this week. If you missed any parts of it, you can always catch up on the channel's TV YouTube account where we have all of our episodes. And I encourage you to watch, share, and like your favorite editions. Do not forget, Tech Trends is here to share insights, trends, and developments happening in the tech space, from startups to big techs, and of course, painful thinkers. Until I come your way again next week, I'm Olayemi Utunuga. Bye for now.